Ah, that's why. You buy one thing, if you don't sell back straight away, then you lose that money. Ah, it's a waste. I should have probably done it with something smaller, but you know what? It's fine. I'll get that cash back easy enough. Firstly, big step towards it. Do that. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. I'm still annoyed over losing that cash, but whatever. Little can be done about it now. Like I said, I should have picked something cheaper. Or, rewind the footage or something. Didn't I get some gear here that was really good? Having an extra, activatable thing is nice like that. Sadly, not for me. Ah, it was this. Similarly, another chance on attack. It's nice. I'm still annoyed over that money, but I'll make it back. I'll make it back. Anyway, back to you. You've proven yourself to be a valuable ally, and the Order thanks you for your service. But now I must come before you with a task. Yeah, the mic is in the right place. With a task I can only entrust to our closest allies. What is so important? Our master, Urbork, with information that may lead us to him. I've already sent several of the Order to explore the area, but none have returned. And so I turn to you. You've proven yourself to be both resourceful and deadly, attributes that should serve us well in tracking down our master. Reason to believe that Urbork was recently in an area known as Eastmarch, not far from Burwich, is a foul place filled with toxic waters and vicious wildlife. I fear that I may have sent our acolytes to their deaths, but you may succeed where they have failed. Will you investigate this lead for the Order? Search for Urbork. To be honest, I've already actually found it, but whatever. My wallet cries. Also, I've lost health. Oh, it's because of this. For now, let's just keep going. I'll head back to the other place. Let's just. Firstly, You know what? It jumps up my offensive capabilities. I'm happy with that. Keep add-on. Yes.
Be safe out there.
Alright.
Got something stashed.
Christ. Chains of Orion. 12% to all damage, 25 offensive ability, 2% defensive ability, and 24% reduced entrapment duration. I will sacrifice 18 physique, 35 armor, extra 8% armor, and armor absorption. I will sacrifice that quite heartily for the Chains of Orion, because that is potent. Regrettably, the bindings of Bezamel are... they're also chest armor, but I'm not willing to make that trade. Also, I'm actually thinking... oh, it's handy to have a spare change of clothes. Chains of Orion. I need some for my boots, too. Christ, I have 80 of those other bits. Scavenge plating.
Got any wall scrap metal?
Apprentice Crafter. Wish there was a way to break this down by slot, like where the bits would go. Like when they do the sequel, I really hope they do include that. This is also really making me think of the Diablo 3 crafting screen to a certain extent. Some about it. Molten skin. No. I'm so annoyed at myself for pissing away so much cash. You know what, let's make this. Though I suppose I could have put that antidote thing on, but whatever, it's fine.
Safe storage, no questions. I'll keep an eye on this. Got something you stashed? It's safe.
Okay, you.
Let's see what's left of what wears.
Come see what's left of my wallet. didn't sell those items at a complete loss. So the rings I just made, got about half price for them. So ignore. Yeah, I got about half price for them. So that's something. I'll do the Ouroboros bit eventually. I'm content to keep doing this for the time being. Hoping there are flesh warp commanders here. There's plenty of flesh warp troops. But yeah, I'll make back the money I lost bit by bit. I'm saying this again and again, mostly to myself. I'm trying to convince myself of it. If anything. So, grabbing these would actually be a big step towards that. Also, me going and running Port Valbury and outskirts and inside would also actually be a big step towards fixing that mistake. So I suppose those dungeons aren't really the best to run, because you can't really just keep grabbing items and teleporting in and out doing that. A normal at level dungeon's better. Or finding these. Potentially, at least. Yep, they have flash warp commanders here. So I was worried it was sending me back like all the way to the other bit. You know, back to Homestead or something, because I know there's some outside there. Oh, there's so many different bits I could loot, but yeah, no, I can only loot like the one, the two. Compilation of Fort Icon reports. Yeah, compilation. After the explosion that destroyed the armory, I went back over this past week's reports and compiled this collection of excerpts which I found to be relevant. They're pulled together and arranged in order the events took place. I do hope that this will illuminate how this has happened and raise questions of what might be done to avoid future attacks like this. That is assuming we survive. Captain Frederick Bachnow. Report 1. A report from the North Wall, Night Watch. While patrolling the upper wall, I witnessed a soldier enter the armory. I would not make note of it, except that he appeared to have been looking around the courtyard to make sure no one could see him as he entered the gated door. Torches were out in that area of the courtyard, so it's impossible for me to say who it was. Report 2. Report from the officer of the watch. Same one. Several men have gone missing. Probably not. But anyway, several men have gone missing and we suspect they've deserted. Complete search of the fort and surrounding areas has ended, with no sign of them, however. The scouts have found no sign of tracks and have concluded the men never left the fort. Sorry, I'm just fixing my hair. I have discovered several small casks and 5 large casks of black powder missing. It's difficult to account for the missing supplies since only 5 people in the entire fort have access to the keys that would open the black powder storage. Commander Lucius headed the search himself after receiving the worrying report, starting from the bottom levels all the way to the top towers. To the top of the towers. Captain Lucius headed the search himself after receiving the worrying report, starting from the bottom levels all the way to the top of the towers. Nothing was found, because he was the one who stole it. And really, that's all they compilated? I know, it feels a little lacking, don't you think? I wish you could hold more bounties than just one, for like a faction. There's the second commander. That's a fair chunk of health. Whatever. A stash of Black Legion raw supplies, a veritable fortune given the situation in the Empire. Like, if they want supplies, I got plenty, you know? It would be nice if we could just donate supplies to people. Maybe make it a fair amount, so it's not too easy just to farm, but, you know, if people want supplies, here, donations. Okay, this is apparently a secret area that they're not too keen on keeping hidden. What's up with those sounds? Still not entirely sure what's up with those sounds. Though I am hoping I find the next commander soon. Because, you know, they might want me to fight down here more. You know? And in case I end up calling the very enemy they want me to kill, I'd like to get to Ting as soon as possible. Vanguard, damn. Saw some heavily armed trolls. Hoped it was what I was looking for. Hoarfrost Dreadguard. I will end up eventually doing ultimate difficulty, and I'm looking forward to it, because I really want to see that quest where we get to meet the Ethereal that was originally after possessing us. That'll be cool, you know. But that's gonna be a good bit in the future. Good bit in the future. Couple of years away. Corvan Loremaster. Corvan. This is my final report on the massive explosion that has destroyed. This is my final report on the massive explosion that has destroyed the North Courtyard. It is intended to be read with the compiled notes put together from the past week, with the intent of establishing a damage report and the death toll. Assembled a squad of soldiers and led them into the shattered depths below Fort Icon. The explosion appears to have been blown into the sewers. It appears to have blown down into the sewers, making the smell in the armory ungodly. That in and of itself has made it almost impossible to go down there. The plumes of smoke reduced our vision and choked the air. Crumbling walls, supports, and floors were in constant danger of additional collapse. The explosion appears to have been centered on a single large support below the armory. At the bottom of the devastation, we found several dead men, charred beyond recognition. They appear to be the men who went missing earlier this week. Charred almost beyond recognition. My investigations indicated that the missing men were using the stone black powder to make an escape into the sewer, to make an opening into the sewers to make their escape. In closing of this report, I'd like to raise two concerns. The first, my investigation indicates that the missing men were using the stolen black powder to make an opening into the sewers to make their escape. In closing of this report, I'd like to raise two concerns. The first is, one of the men was an explosives expert, should have been aware of the destructive potential of so much powder. Myself, I won't give this detail much. By itself, I won't give this detail a second concern, if not for my second thought, if not for my second concern. Another of the men has been with the Black Legion for nearly 8 years, with no signs of dissent or disagreement with command. In fact, he was due for promotion to commanding position soon. Something doesn't fit here. The tale that is painted indicates sabotage from within, but who will go to such lengths to frame these men? Without more information, I cannot say with certainty what's going on, but my gut tells me there's more at play here than at first appears. Captain Frederick Bachnow. Captain Lucius, Commander Lucius. God damn, he's freaky. Did you see his face? It's like something out of Dead Space. Infused by military sorcerers, but to guarantee a giant payload. Void Forged Battleplate. Overguard, Aspect of the Guardian, and Ascension. Could be solely Oathkeeper. I don't know. 4% health, 12 health regenerated per second. Increases health regen by 18%, 9% chance to avoid projectiles, 30% vitality resistance, and 25% chaos resistance. It's also 858 armor. I'm going to stick to what I have, but it's nice. I have successfully infiltrated the fort as you commanded. It is ironic that the commander of this garrison is one of the weakest minds I've ever encountered. So much turmoil and fear that resides within him, he was easy to manipulate and overwhelm. While I do have full control over his body, there's something in the region that tampers with direct communication. Something tainted and ancient, and incapable of such an act demands further investigation. I write this correspondence in the meantime, so that another may look into this matter. Fort Icon has proven to be a challenge for us. Now I understand why. The vast stores of weapons and war machines that the humans have amassed is staggering. It is a wonder they have not exterminated themselves in the endless pursuit of warfare and self-destruction. Nevertheless, everything moves according to our grand plans. We've already taken steps to sabotage their armory and find evidence leading to several dissenters. Nobody suspects my involvement. The main reason I have deemed it necessary to report to you comes from a most unsuspected discovery. The anomaly, the revealer of secrets, walks among these humans, and even now shares with them our plans. We have since adjusted our projections in this region, ensuring that anything that the anomaly reveals is of no use to the humans, but its knowledge of our ways could still prove detrimental to our success on this world. For now, I have begun sowing the seeds of dissent about the anomaly to the humans. For now, I've begun sowing the seeds of distrust about the anomaly to the humans. The fear is so great that they had it moved to the prison where it remains. Once my sabotage is complete and the gates open, Vorakan will fall. Then we can deal with the traitor as is befitting of such unprecedented betrayal. Ah, it's an ethereal that has sided with humanity. That is the outcast. And that's why you shouldn't kill the outcast. The outcast is another enemy of the ethereals and at least should be given a chance. Okay. Let's pop back up to Fort Icon, talk to a merchant, then pop right back down. Dude, I'll be with you eventually, okay? Okay. I've wasted so much money.
What's left of my wares?
Wait, commonly good looks. Huh. You know, for random grey items, they actually do give skills and everything. It's impressive.
Iron well spent. See anything you like?
Don't know why I moved, but whatever. Gloves can be pretty much inherently sold because there's no way an ordinary glove is gonna replace what I have. You know? Okay. That really buffs up Force Wave, but yeah. It's, well, that's first thing ability I don't have, and secondly, it's one-handed weapon. Why is all the nice stuff on gear I either wouldn't use, you know, one-handed weapon, or why is it, you know, or you know, offhand, or why is it for a different class? Where's the like nice shit aimed at me, you know? Using stash supplies. That is a lot.
Put it to good use.
God damn, I wasted so much money. Still, I can make it back. I can make it back. But anyway, the anomaly is a rogue ethereal, which would mean that Ulgrim is something else entirely. He's certainly probably something older. Well, the ethereals are old, but their invasion is recent. You know, a few years. Ulgrim was around the first time the Logorian was here. He helped put it down the first time. You know? So... Oh, dead guy here. When was he the guy who blew that, or is he just someone else? But anyway, yeah, he was here the first time Gordon was put down, judging by his reaction. Um, oh, this is not. Okay, explains my huge drop in health. I noticed it because it was these didn't have it. But yeah, he was here the first time Gordon turned up. Um, so he must be something else entirely. I wonder what. That, that's so weird. I never noticed. I don't remember noticing that the first time around. But anyway, yeah, you can kill the outcast if you want, and there's apparently reasons to try and farm her and become a nemesis with her, and some mention of a dungeon or something. But I'm not going to do that. The outcast, she's on the level. You've recovered supplies? Yes, here they are. Ah, excellent. I was afraid they'd been destroyed after the recent explosions down in the armory. Thank you for recovering the supplies. Here, take some of this scrap. I'm sure you could use it too. Thank you. Make good use of those supplies. 7,500 XP, a 500 Black Legion rep, minus 250 Homestead rep, 5 scrap, and an extra bag. Thank you for recovering these supplies. They'll be useful in patching up our damaged defenses. Happy to help.
Good work down there. We need to secure a forward position at the necropolis immediately.
Where do you need me?
We cannot simply march our forces straight into the necropolis. The cult's minions will descend upon us in force. We will be crushed before we can even get near the Tomb of the Watchers. Instead, we will put your unique skills to use. Make your way into the necropolis past the Plains of Strife, and secure the nearest rift gate. Once you've done so, Algrim will come through with a contingent of our men. With the element of surprise on our side, we will strike the enemy from the dead.
I'll head to the necropolis at once, I say, lying. 500 Black Legion rep, 16,000 XP. Nearly at respected with the Black Legion. Need 5,750 to get honored though. 5,000 after here. And sadly the writs are sold at honored. Not that I can afford one right fucking now. I never did find another commander, but I think there's some outside. You're not from the Legion. Perhaps there's something you can help me with. Something that can't involve the troops. What is it? With the recent Anasteria attack, I can't allow this deception to carry on any longer. Anastasia, the witch who was allowed to enter her fold, must be put down. Inquisitor insists that she must not be harmed, but the trust he has in her is misplaced. Commander Lucius was an honourable man and a dedicated soldier until he was possessed by the Ethereals. I refuse to believe that Anasteria's witchcraft was not involved in its corruption. As we are under strict orders not to harm her, I need someone outside the Legion, such as itself, to handle this. For me. Will you enter the fort prison and deal with the wretched witch? Why does Creed want to keep her kept safe if she's dangerous? As we are all under strict orders not to harm her, I need someone outside the Legion, such as yourself, to handle this for me. Will you enter the fort prison and deal with the wretched witch? The Inquisitor is convinced that Anastasia has valuable information, but have found her to be nothing but a web of lies. She is a witch tainted by the Ethereals and needs to be exterminated. You let a witch into the fort? I always believed it was a mistake, but Creed and Commander Lucius wished to hear her out when she arrived at their gates, with her hands above her head in surrender. She somehow earned their trust and was allowed to roam freely, spreading her ethereal taint throughout the fort, weakening her resolve. It's thanks to her actions that Lucius became possessed, I'm sure of it. I'll deal with her. But you actually have the choice. And yeah, it's confirmed she is possessed, but the possession... Well, who knows how much of her is left or what. But the possessor's on our side. Going by the note.
My, what a curiosity you are.
And is this what all ethereals sound like, or is it just her? Because I don't... That's a unique echoey sound, I think. What is it? What is this? A human, and yet you're not. There's an aura about you, stranger, but I cannot sense the spirit. Tell me, what fate has befallen you? Here, BRB.